record, and so we are recording. I'm going to keep an eye out on any new participants that come in. So welcome everybody. Thank you so much for being here at our online artist talk with Chung-Ping Cheng for Love Lotus Essay. Shoebox Projects is my alternative art space. We used to have a physical space here at the brewery, and then with COVID, I took it online. So I'm curating exhibitions. Our represented artists are having solo exhibitions online, and we're using this like this online venue as a way for our artists to show new work or work that they haven't shown before. We're also, you know, asking them to experiment and to show work that, you know, that they weren't sure about, or that, you know, they're putting together with other work, or, I mean, there's like so many different things, but with Ping, she has several new series. And so, you know, we talked about it, and I talked about it with my team, and we love this series, the Love Lotus Essay series. And so she's been working, for the last month or two to create even more work. And so, so that is what we are presenting in this online exhibition. And so thank you so much, Ping, for being here and agreeing to show the work and doing new work for it. And we're excited to talk to you about it. And what I'll do is actually, well, before we do that, while we're all here, while, you know, you and I are on the screen and everything, tell us about like your history as an artist. You know, you're in Los Angeles now. How did you make it to Los Angeles? And even before that, what inspired you, or what made you want to be an artist or a photographer?
Yeah, I moved here in year 2000 with my children. And when my children went to school, they went to middle school and high school. And also I went to City College to take many art classes. And then I found during the learning, painting, drawing, art history, and photography, I found photography is very interesting because I can use the cameras to create what I like, and even I can use the negative paper without a camera to create. And also there are many categories like portrait, landscape, still life, documentary. So I think it's very free to do, to create with a camera to do the photography. So then I found it's interesting to do the photography as a way to express what I think, what I thought, in my mind for the art. And I learned some Chinese painting and calligraphy also. So I think that's inspired me to do some artwork. And also Los Angeles is a very good city. We have many galleries, museums. So I think this is a good city and good time to do what I like in art.
Definitely, definitely. Are there artists that you have, you know, been inspired by or that influenced you, or artists or photographers?
Oh, so yeah, when I stay here, I like the museum, the galleries here. So I visit. There are many exhibitions in the gallery and the museum, and then there's one time I remember in LACMA, it has Dan Abbas. Respective. It's a huge show for her, and I have very deep impression about her work. And also I I learned the painting in City College, and we have the research during the final, and I do Georgia O'Keeffe, and yeah, I like her painting very much. Every time I saw her painting, I think I just feel very amazing, stunning about the way she create. I think it makes me feel it's different with other artists. So I think these two artists I think influenced me about my concept about doing what I like in the photography.
Mm-hmm. That gives me an idea. We'll have to talk about it at your studio visit. Remind me, Diane Arbus. You know, especially with the images behind you and with the images that we'll look at in just a minute that are on the online exhibition, you can definitely see the influence of both of those artists, you know, in your work. The light and shadow, of course, the close-up detail of the flowers, but your eye, you know, I mean, it's your vision. It's how you look at the flower, you know, just like how Diane Arbus, you know, looked at, you know, different people in the world. And, you know, Georgia O'Keeffe looked at, you know, flowers and skulls and, you know, the landscape. It's just a way of looking that, you know, that shows up really profoundly in your work, you know, your vision of the flower and then how you represent that through your, you know, through the experimentation of the darkroom, you know. And we have to mention, you know, and well, of course we haven't got there yet, but your room is darkroom based, but awesome. I mean, that gives us a great introduction into, you know, kind of who you are as an artist and a photographer and what you do. You know, most of your work is flowers, is, you know, lotuses and peonies. And what made you, you know, what made you just focus in on the flowers?
I think flowers bring people happy, build peace, mind, harmony, beauty, and also I do Chinese painting. When I learned Chinese painting, my teacher, he specialized in bird and the flower. That's one category in Chinese art. And so we did many peony and lotus. Also, these flowers have the very iconic symbols in Chinese culture. In Chinese art, we use many flowers or trees to symbolize. There are some symbolizing in the culture, in the character, in the life. So these two flowers has a very special meaning in our life. So I like to do the peony and the lotus now, but maybe later time I would do something else also with the very iconic symbols.
Definitely. Ooh, I can't wait to see that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Awesome. Well, let's go ahead and look at some work. Let me see, I forgot to take that off. I'm going to share my screen here. And that way, I hope everybody can see, let's see, the online exhibition. I wanted to, let me see. I think let's see, that was an extract. So before, I guess, you know, if you're on the exhibition, you can read, or if you've seen it, you can read the text that we have. So let's go ahead and look at the images. And, you know, so tell us about this series. What inspired the series? You know, especially because it's a little different than your regular photographs that you can see behind you, where it's not just a photograph, but you're actually adding another medium to it. So tell us about the series, where it came from and why. why the story attracted you also?
This series I title is Lotus Essay, and this title is derived from a Chinese scholar, philosopher, Zhou Dunyi. His work, Love on the Lotus, is very famous in Chinese history. He did this essay around the year 1000. So it's about 1000 years ago. And during this time when I do the lotus, especially the black and white lotus, it reminds me of his essay about the lotus. The lotus is with fragrant, and it's a little distant. You cannot touch it, and it's also pure, growing from the mud water, and still very pure, beautiful, and with aromatic flower thing. So just like he used this, let's say, to express his character, his ideal personality. So when I do this series, I think the black and white lotus, just like I can do this with to express his Zhou Dunyi's concept for the lotus flower, like just the flower, just like ideal personality. And also, I think when I create, I always thinking of doing something different, something new, some experimental in the photography. So then I thought maybe I can put my calligraphy and the Chinese painting on the photo, so then I try to paint and write the Chinese text and essay on the photography paper, and I think it looks more profound. It's layered with the flower painting and Chinese poetry. So then I think I can try to do as another way to create in the photography. So this is then I just did this project.
So what, besides the calligraphy, you also drew more flowers, and I know, you said you were playing with layers, but why did you feel a need to add more flowers through drawing?
Yes, I think, because the drawing I did is it's with line. The line in Chinese art, Chinese painting, also in the calligraphy, the line is a very important element. And Chinese in a Chinese art aesthetic, we say the line is everything. It means the painting and calligraphy from a line. So then I try to put some line with the line to just let it come true for the flowers, into the photography image. And I think it looks like layers, not only the image of the black and white, and also with flower and Chinese calligraphy. So I think it makes the image has more layers.
Yeah, especially in this piece that we're looking at. I love how you used, the drawing to create a really interesting like perspective and dimension. The drawing is behind the photo, the photo of the flower, or it's meant to look that way, so I really love how you're playing with that, the perspective and just the intermingling of those two mediums in that respect.
Yes, I think it's with the perspective with more and different kind of the way to do the flower. Yeah, I think when I draw paint the flowers, it's a little different with when I shoot. The image looks different. The flower with when I shoot with the camera, and also when I use the Chinese brush to paint the flower, it looks different. So I think I like to put these two different elements into the photography, into the paper.
When you're shooting a photograph, is there something specific that you look for? I know you're, you're shooting, like these lotus in, outside in the pond, in the lake, where they are. Is there, like what types of compositions and what types of, do you look for open lotuses? I know you have a variety, but is there something that your eye is drawn to that attracts you to shoot certain images when you're shooting any of your flowers, if that makes sense?
Yes, I think when I shoot the flowers, I shoot in different different season, different time, and during the different the flowers has when it's just grew up, it's like a bud, or the flowers with many petals opened already, or just half open. So then I will choose the different flower, different angle, or even the petal. It fall down on the leaves. I think it's and I think this one I like the petals very much. It's just there, and I just cut that time to I think it's just at that time I can catch the image. So I think I think this is one kind of interesting when I do the photography. I must choose the time and choose the scenery when it's just in there. It's not only half open, totally open, or only a bud. Also when it's falling, when it's withered. So yeah, I think that's very interesting to do at the different time.
Yeah, definitely. And then post-production, so you shoot the photo, you go home, and then what happens? Like, these are not digital. The photos are processed in a dark room. So how does that work? Especially with these, I know, a lot of your other work, you really experiment. You play with different colors, different like filters, I think, with different, the way the negative and positive. So how are you playing and experimenting with these before you even draw on them in the darkroom?
When I shoot the black and the white, I use the black white films, and I usually develop the films, black white films by myself. Because you know, the weather is different, the time is different, and the light is different. So then I can, sometimes maybe I just add a little time or cut a little time, maybe seconds, and the image looks different. Also, also the chemical. There are many different kind of chemicals. So then I can choose which chemical I prefer for my black and white film. So I usually develop the film myself. Then, then I went to the lab, the dark room. I ran the dark room to print out from in the dark room, and so I think it's a lot of many experience when doing by myself, when develop the film and enlarge in the dark room. Sometimes we put more time or cut time or the temperature. So also in many it will influence the image, how the image come out. So, but it's interesting.
Did you know when you were like when you took these photos and you developed them in the dark room, did you know that you would be drawing on top of them?
At that time, no. When I
No.
when I print out, I at that time I haven't thought about drawing and writing, and then I thought how to make it something different with other black and white photography. Usually we just see the image from what we shot. Then I think maybe I can put something like the Chinese poetry or the flower to make it something like not so traditional black and white prints.
And what made you decide to use the Love Lotus essay as the text?
It's the Love Lotus essay, this poetry, we learned from our childhood, from in school. So it's I think it's a very famous and important essay poetry in the Chinese culture. So I would like to put it on my prints, on my photography, to just I thought it's a very good poetry to express the lotus, the character of the lotus. So I use that to put it on my photography.
Definitely makes sense. Can you is there an excerpt, or can you I don't want to put you on the spot, but do you have the poem to read out loud, or at least can you excerpt it and give us just a short little synopsis of what the poem says?
It says, I think, yeah, I have this one. Let me see. So the essay said, I just translated a little. It says, but I do love lotus in respect that it is not contaminated, even growing in the muddy pond, and does not seem seductive, even being washing off in clear water. The stalk is empty in the center, while the external is straight without any vines or branches. The farther, the more clear aroma, standing upright in the water, dignified and authentically. It can be only appreciated distantly, but not touched irreverently. So this is the translation, a part of the translation from that poetry essay.
It's a love letter indeed.
So it's very famous in the Chinese culture. So I'm very happy I can use this poetry essay on my black and white lotus paper photography.
Definitely, definitely. And love is always a happy, subject anyway, no matter what. So
yes.
I want to kind of open it up as we're talking to any questions. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to, to unmute and, chime in into the conversation. Let's see if there's questions or comments.
I was wondering, you used for the drawing, the silver and the gold on the photograph. What do you paint? Is it ink?
Yes, it's a ink. It's when we do the Chinese painting, we use the some color ink, and this is silver and gold ink. Also, we use in our when we do the Chinese painting. It's one kind of ink.
Is
not
silver,
only.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is there a reason for the silver or gold? That a reason for those specific colors?
I think it's gold. The silver and the gold go with the black and white color better than the other color.
Yeah, so, it stands out more. Beautiful. I know it looks like it could be a paint pen. So I love the fact that you're using a Chinese brush, you said, with the ink draw.
Yeah, just like I do Chinese painting and calligraphy. I just do that way into the paper, photography paper.
And does the ink stay? Does the paper absorb the ink well enough?
Yeah, it's different because when we use the Chinese rice paper, the rice paper has fiber and it's not so flat on the paper surface. So when we do the Chinese rice paper, we can it's easy to control because it's not so sleek, but the photography paper is so flat and so smooth. So at first I try with some photography paper, try to use how to hold my brush well. So it's a little different, but the same is the same. When we do with the Chinese paper, if the line you did it wrong, then it's wrong. You cannot erase it. Also, the photography paper is same. When the line is wrong, and also I cannot erase it. So this the similarity when we are. So and so yeah, but the photography paper is a little hard to control. So I just learn, practice a little more to control the brush.
Wonderful. Are there any other questions from our audience or any other questions? Is there anything else, Ping, that I haven't mentioned that you want to talk about with the series? Oh, Marta, did you have a question?
Hi.
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 Hi. Nice to meet
Hi.
you. Chung.
Yeah, nice meeting you.
Hi. Beautiful work. Congratulations on the exhibition.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Sure. Yeah, first I want to say, just in terms of my impressions, my first impressions, I like that there are a lot of places for the eye to move. You don't stagnant. You're kind of taken in by the layers and looking in one area, another area. So I like, it's also, even though the lotus is a symbol, a universal symbol, but I like how also we can put our own interpretation to this, to these works. And since I don't read the calligraphy, I like it as a design element, even though I know it tells a story, but there's another layer of the design element just adds to it. I guess my question is, seeing what you've got behind you, the bright colors, and that this series is in black and white, what made you decide to do these in the black, white, and gray tones?
Yeah, I like the black and white and also color. I like the both these two different photography, and these two different photography express something different. Like this Love Lotus Essay, I use the black and white image. I think it's it can express more about the character, the ideal person with this black and white image. But if for the color image, I think I will do it to express another kind of meaning, because I think Lotus has a different meaning, and not only the character for ideal person. Lotus also represent the love, also rebirth. Also, I think so. I use a different color to express the meaning, different meaning.
Black and white definitely has a romantic feel, you know, absolutely.
And this one right here that you have on here, Kristine, number 9, it's very ethereal. This one.
This one, yes. I think this one I just focus on how beautiful it is, growing from the mud. But you see the pedal, you even see the line, the line on the pedal. So I think this one I just to showing how beautiful it is when it's all bloom. The flower, the very realistic. The flower will look very realistic, but from my my color images, there is another meaning, a more abstract meaning in my color for my color, the newest project, my color photography.
I love, oh, sorry, Marta. I love the stem in this piece too, these parallel lines of the stems, you know, that straight line, and then you get to the organic, you know, feel of the petals, and it's really, really beautiful.
Just like the essay said.
The what? Sorry?
It's straight. It's
Yeah.
like the essay, the poetry said it's straight,
Yep.
very straight.
Exactly. And yeah, you show that in, you know, in several of the pieces, you know, with the way the way you shot and the way you use the lines. So you may have, even though I mean, you know, I know you shot the photos first before the essay, but well, especially since the essay you've known for, since childhood, you probably had that unconsciously on your mind.
I think so, because we learned this poetry from the childhood. I think it's just in my mind.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Are there any other questions for Ping? I know these are really, really beautiful. I'm so glad that we showed the series.
Just a comment that she did such a great job of integrating, this image and line work. It's actually not easy to do. And also the painting that she's done, I tried to learn this, and I really respect, the beautiful work of your brush work, but you've integrated it so well, because this could look pasted on, which I guess would be okay, but I don't think that's your intention. It integrates beautifully, and that really captured my attention.
It really is.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Is that your signature, your chop on the red?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's my signature.
Those are always beautiful to look at too.
I know.
Even though I can't read it, but just as lines. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. So that's my signature with the chop.
And just this is beautiful. This writing. And I like this one a lot. It's more minimal. And yeah, it's really romantic.
Yeah, it's a minimal. Yes.
Any other questions or comments? Is there anything else that that we didn't talk about? Oh, I guess, Ping, actually, do you want to talk, what are you working on next, or what are you currently working on? Because I know sometimes you work on a couple different things at the same time. So what are you currently working on?
Yes, I do. My very new project is behind on the wall. It's a large image, and also this is a lotus flower also, but I just use the different angle, different perspectives to make it a more abstract, and use the different color to represent different meaning. So this is another kind of creativity for when I do the photography. So this is the very new, also the very new project I'm doing now.
I've been working on, and I don't remember if it's a series behind you or you're working on the mirror image. And what does that represent? What is that about?
Oh, I use this one. This is a diptych image. The yellow one is the negative print, and the other color, like the magenta, blue, the color they are positive image. So I use the negative image to do the positive. And also I named it as a refining fire and undescribed variations for this negative print and positive prints. It's a little abstract, but it's represent the life in the one kind of a cycle in my life. so this is when the yellow one, the yellow color with the little red color is the color like it looks like a fire, a strength. So and during the life, sometimes we just refined. In sometimes we refine it by some different time, different things with some different time, different things. So then when I got this image, I think, wow, it looks like a strength in the life. It's not only the beautiful, the purity, but it's one kind of a strength in life. And so then I use I use the negative prints to do the positive with different color. So when in the life, during the life, when we refine, reform, then we change. So I titled the different color with undescribed variation, because we change due to different kind of, with a different kind of personality. We learn something from the negative and to do the positive. So this project has a different meaning, more abstract, but something about life.
But just as poetic, you know, I mean, the Lotus Essay, it's poetic, it has, you know, the poetry on it, but you know, the Refining Fire series is definitely poetic visually, and even with the title, you know, the way you're titling them is also poetic. So there's kind of something there.
Thank you. I think I very appreciate Kristine and Shoebox project. I have this chance to show my work. I'm very appreciate, and also I thank everybody can come to this opening and discussion.
Ping, I have a question.
Great.
I was wondering, you were talking about how the lotus flower has, and the stem actually has a very profound meaning in Chinese culture. And I was wondering about the actual colors, the magenta and the yellow and red, for instance. Does the variety of colors correspond with the Western in any way? Or is your palette strictly, I mean, the yellow and the oranges I know you've used before, and the pink, is that more Asian?
I think, this is a very good question. I think this is the palette more Western. Yes, it is. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad you point out. Yes.
Yeah, hi Ping, it's May.
Yeah, I'm so glad that I also learn from this artist talk. I learn from also I learn from you.
Every time you do an artist talk, you learn something new about yourself or why you're making the art that you didn't know before.
Yes. I don't know. I have this kind of a concept in my mind, but yeah, I'm so glad.
The other thing is you're in Los Angeles now, and you know, the art in Los Angeles is, you know, I mean, I don't want to say widely, but it is widely very colorful. And so maybe that was, you know, an inspiration in it too.
Yeah, I think so. Also the weather, because we always have the sunny weather. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, and we've talked before, it's also the process in the darkroom, you know, that you're playing with, you know, CMYK and, you know, the different colors and the different chemicals, but you could have stuck with black and white. Instead, you are playing with those bright colors. So there's probably something there.
Yes, I think they are maybe the two different concept, two different in my mind. I think I like black white. Also, I like colors, and to express different parts in my mind.
Yep. Are there any more questions for Ping?
Yeah, thank you for coming to the opening and the artist talk.
Yes, thank you everybody for being here. The exhibition is online, through January. And this is being recorded, so I'll put the YouTube video of it on the exhibition also, if you want to come back and rewatch it or share it. Yeah, and so are you in any shows currently, Ping, or do you have anything else coming up?
I think I will create something more in the later time, and so there are still some negative I haven't enlarged. So yeah, I hope I can do it do something more, do more about the black white. Also the color image is still going. It's still going, and I can hope, and I hope I can show sometimes.
Well, you're a new member of Tag Gallery. Congratulations. And so you'll have a solo show with Tag sometime in the next year, which will be great in person.
Yes. I like it. I can show the project in whole.
Yep.
Yeah. At the Tag Gallery. So I'm very happy I can show in Tag Gallery, and I hope at that time, and I hope there are people we can come to see my show. Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they will. Fingers crossed for the vaccine, but people can still go and see the exhibition socially distanced, even right now. Don't forget that galleries are open. You can see shows socially distanced. So, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you, Kristine. Thank you,
You're welcome.
Shoebox project.
Yeah, and thank you again, everybody, for being here. Our next show is actually next Saturday. So Pings will be up on the website through January, and then we have another show. It's actually a group critique show through Los Angeles Art Association. Aviva, Diamond, and Justin Pro, and I think 6 or 8 other artists are participating. So a week from today, there's going to be another artist talk. And actually, Justin and Aviva are going to take over Shoebox Project's Facebook and Instagram this week. So it's the first time we're doing it. I think we're going to have a lot of fun with it. So keep an eye out for that, for their posts, and see what they do. And and we're working on our artists with Shoebox Projects are going to put together proposals and curate group shows on Shoebox Projects also. So it's a way of helping our artists get out there and curate and, think about ideas that maybe they've been having for shows and things like that. So we have a lot of cool things in the works. I'm also working on the Shoebox Incubator project, which is another it'll be a meetup for artists to get together. And if they have ideas for things, we can get together as a group and brainstorm together. And see, okay, how can you get that done? How can you facilitate that? So that'll be coming in the new year also. So a lot of really cool things, but we are so happy and honored and proud to share our artist work, like Ping, especially these projects that don't get out there very often. So, thank you, Ping, for, agreeing to show and to do the artist talk and, for being part of Shoebox Projects.
Thank you, Kristine. Thank you, Shoebox Projects.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And again, thank you all so much for coming. And I hope you have a great afternoon and evening.
Yeah, you see him.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.